Spencer County High School, and thank you for joining us on the 4th episode of the Coaches Show. My name is Blaine Prim. Joining us today is the head coach of our football team, Coach Marksberry. Coach, how are you doing?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Yep. Today's episode is going to be about last Friday's win at Fairdale, 31-14 for Week 4 of the season. And Coach, with your team coming off their first loss this season, how well would you say they responded against Fairdale to get back on track?
Well, I don't think we played great, but I think we took care of business. We did what we were supposed to do. I think the South Oldham game was really physical, and I think our kids were, that kind of took a toll out of them. Didn't think we had the energy we normally have. The environment there wasn't great. Then we had the delay, probably 45 minutes to an hour delay in the first quarter. So just some obstacles to overcome. But hey, games are hard to win, and anytime you can get out there with the win, it's good. It's good to be able to learn things off of a win versus a loss, and I look forward to showing some improvement this week versus Franklin.
Yeah, and coming into the game against Fairdale, what were some of the strengths you noticed they had coming in, and how did you prepare for them?
Well, they were athletic, and we knew they were going to take some shots down the field. They starting quarterback ended up going out, so that kind of changed things. The quarterback that came in and followed him was a little bit more athletic, and we knew that coming in, that if he were to come in the game, he could run around a little bit more. We were really good against the run. It was just kind of the short passing game, and then we kind of got ourselves out of position a few times on some of those passes and got some pass interference penalties and stuff like that. But we just knew our goal going into the game was just to make sure that we could defend the deep passes, because they had some tall receivers out there, and we knew that that's what they were going to do. They were going to take shots downfield.
Yeah, and what were some of the main goals you want to achieve coming into the game, just not only for that game in particular, but like for the future games?
Well, Collins, we had lost Tanner. South Oldham, we had lost Brody, and to be real honest, I mean they're pretty huge parts of our team. Mm-hmm. Just Tanner's a senior, Brody's a junior, and Tanner was a big part of our communication on the offensive line. Brody called all of our plays on defense and everything, so. It's just they were a lot, more than just the players, a lot of the intangible things that they brought to the team and everything like that. So it was just, I wanted to see how we would respond without those guys out there, see who was going to step up and become, kind of take a leadership role and communicate, get people where they were supposed to be, and just keep the energy going. And it just. I don't think we answered that question last week, but that's still a work in progress, and we still got 6 games left, so we'll keep working on that every week. But that was what we wanted to see, energy and play hard and everything like that, and just work on ourselves was basically what we were trying to do. And some things we did well, some things we need to improve on.
Yeah, and I know you spoke on this a little bit, but despite the win, what is something you want to see your team achieve and improve on going forward for future matchups?
Well, they need to have some confidence. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's some kids that are playing varsity for the first time. We knew coming into the year that we had a lot of depth, mm-hmm. and our depth is being challenged right now with some of the injuries that we've had. Just want to see the kids step up and understand that we as a coaching staff have confidence in them, and they need to go out there and have confidence in themselves and play fast. That's the one thing that we focus on. We want our kids to play. If you ask us about our team and what we want our team to look like, our team is fundamentally sound and we play extremely hard. And that if you do that, the rest of the things will take care of themselves. So that's what we want to do. We want to get ourselves back to that. I don't think we were ourselves last week over there, but it was good to get a win. But there's some areas that we have to improve moving forward in order to get to the goals that we want.
Yeah, and moving on to this week's game, what is your thoughts on tomorrow's big matchup against Franklin County?
They're extremely good. Mm-hmm. They're very, very well coached. We know what they do. We know who they are. We know how their defense works. We know their offense and everything like that. But look, this is a challenge, and this is something that our program that's where we want us to be. We want to be playing in these games, and we want to continue to close the gap between them. We have them at home. I'm sure it's going to be a great environment. And it's you just, in a game like this, you just have to stay in there, not make mistakes, and just keep when you're playing a team that's probably, they're ranked higher than us, and they're probably, most people would look at them and say they're probably the better. You just have to better team. You just have to stay in there and hang into the game and do all the little things. You can't go out there and make one play and all just that end everything. It's just, you have to stay in the game, and you have to just keep plugging away. And the other thing is, you just can't beat yourself. I mean, if we turn the ball over, we're probably not going to be very successful. So you just got to go out there and do all the little things and play hard. And at the game, probably the key to the game is tackling 24. I mean, that's the key to the game is tackling him. And if we can do that and limit his yards per carry, that would be a huge start to being successful.
Yeah, and you spoke on this, but what would you say is the message to the team to motivate them to complete a big upset?
Well, I mean, our kids know. Well, look, we've been in big games. I mean, it's we've had top 5 ranked teams come into our field since I've been here, and we've beat them. We've had teams that have won state championships come onto our field. When Collins won a state championship and we took them right there, they threw a touchdown with like 21 seconds left to beat us. We went to Bullitt East and won on the road over there. So our program, we've competed against high level teams, and it's just, now this group per se has not been out there, and it's just one of those things. It's a mindset that you have to have. You have to, you understand that you're going to be in a fight, and you're going to be in the fight for 48 minutes, and you can't take a play off, and every play matters, and special teams matter, the punt team matters, the punt return team matters, defense matters, offense. I mean, all of those things. If you step on that field as one of the 11 guys that are out there, you have a job to do, and you have to make sure that you are precise in what you're doing, and you just keep doing that over and over, and stay disciplined and everything like that. Most games, I've probably said this before, most games aren't won. Most games somebody loses on them. They make too many mistakes, and they do this and they do that. So that's the key thing. You just can't make mistakes. You can't miss tackles. You have to gain tackle. You have to take good angles, and you just have to have a will to win. And the other thing too, probably the number one thing, is probably just the mental aspect of it. You just trying to get your mind right, just to understand, like, hey, we can do this. And that's what happened at Bullitt East a couple years ago. We just hung around, and then all of a sudden you're in a game, and the team that's probably the favored team starts tightening up, and you just figure out a way.
All right, thank you, Coach.